Parashat Yitro is known as the parasha in which the Ten Commandments reveal. This is essentially the first time that commandments appear in a continuous collection, almost resembling a list. I use the word almost because it is not numbered or ordered list, and as you know, there are also differences in the version of the Ten Commandments between Sefer Shmot and Sefer Dvarim. On this topic, I would like to discuss here the subject of the list of commandments, mitzvot, and remind you that Judaism includes several versions of this list. The source of the concept of the list appears in the Talmud Bavli in Masechet Makot, where the number 613 appears for the first time, known to us in the language of Gematria as Taryag Mitzvot. This source also includes a numerical division between the active mitzvot, mitzvot aseh, and the passive mitzvot, mitzvot lo ta'aseh. While the Talmud itself does not have an orderly list, this setting led to the creation of various lists beginning in the Geonic period and continue later on during the Rishonic period. The most famous is the Rambam's list, written in Sefer HaMitzvot. Also worthy of mention are the Azharot, poems in which the list appears as a song, which is sung in the synagogues of Mizrahi Jews. The difficulty in defining the number of mitzvot has several reasons, including the different methods of combining or separating mitzvot that are related to each other. In addition, there is a debate whether mitzvot that was given to Israelites during their stay in the desert should be included, and also whether the list should only include biblical commandments written midoraita or also include oral law, midorabanan. In this context, I would like to present the work of the artist Dov Abramson, who is both a student and a lecturer at the Schechter Institute. Abramson, in his art, confronts various Jewish lists, and the work in front of us is called Ner Mitzvah. The work, composed of a collection of 613 memorial candles, covered in special labels designed by Abramson. The number of the candles immediately point out the number of mitzvot. Indeed, based on the verse from Mishlei, for a candle is a mitzvah and the Torah is a light, the artist chose the candles as a representation of the mitzvot. Each candle represents one mitzvah, whose name is printed on its label. The information on the labels is very useful and designed in a graphic language of uniform symbols. Each label contains the name of the mitzvah, its serial number, and its origin. Graphic symbols describe the type of mitzvah, active or passive, who the mitzvah obligates, for example, men, women, or kohanim, where and at what time it is relevant, for example, in the temple or in the land of Israel, and what is the punishment for not fulfilling the mitzvah. For example, active mitzvah are represented by a person running, while passive mitzvot are represented by a person sitting. Mitzvot for a man are represented by pants, and for women by skirt. A mitzvah practiced in the temple is represented by the image of an altar, and the mitzvah designated to priests is represented as the choshen, the breastplates worn by the Kohen Gadol, the head priest. The piece can be interpreted in several ways, and I invite each and one of you to offer your own interpretation. In our context of the 10 Commandments and the list of mitzvot, we may emphasize the existing tension in the work between order and disorder. The design of the mitzvah labels creates a stiff impression. The colors are monochromatic, the lines are black and straight, the entire look is geometric, and the symbols are concise. This stiff uniformity can indicate the formality of the list of mitzvot. The work design also highlights the lack of a hierarchical division of the mitzvot, which fits the accepted approach that there is no difference between the mitzvot and between one mitzvah and another, and there is no hierarchical division within the list as a whole. All the unities in the piece are designed in the same way. However, the order is not complete and unequivocal. The structure of the work is subject to change. One can change the shape of the pile or select individual units. It can be divided into groups, raised or lowered. The list of mitzvot in Judaism is not uniform and organized, and perhaps this is part of the facts that allow Judaism to continue to exist throughout the history from the time of the 10 Commandments until today. Shavua Tov from Schechter.